Hey everyone, I got in some new ammunition today for the Palmetto AR-10. Okay, so that's the Palmetto PA-10 Gen 3. Okay, I've done a number of videos on this. So the ammunition that I got in, actually came in yesterday, but I'm shooting it today, is Freedom Munitions. Okay, and it's 147 grains of goo-hoo. Okay, Freedom Munitions. Reason why I got this is because I did see some other reviews of people saying that this stuff was hitting nice groups with the Palmetto AR-10. Okay, although I don't know if they were shooting it in the conditions that I'm shooting it in, where it's like cold and slightly snowing today. And so that's what it looks like. That's the new Lancer magazine I'm testing out. I don't particularly like these magazines because they're straight. I like them slightly curved so I can tell which way is forward and back. But anyway, these are straight. So anyway, if you look at it, there is no watermark in the back, which is not a water seal in the back, which is not that big of a deal for me. But you can see where it bites in a little bit over there. It's got little teeth over there. So full metal jacket. Anyway, so Freedom Munitions. I did get like 400 rounds of this because, like I said, I saw some good reviews and I was pretty sure that this was going to be the ammunition. Okay, where are we? At 100 yards. Okay, we are getting very consistent 2-inch groups. Okay, so first I did 3 shots, which landed 1, 2, 3. These were the first 3 shots I fired, so I think I might have pulled it a little bit. I had installed the 2-stage trigger yesterday in one of my other guns. So when I went to shoot this, I was expecting a 2-stage trigger on this, which I haven't. I have the trigger. I haven't installed it yet. So I'm like, well, where's the first stage? But then I remember, shit, I haven't installed it yet. But anyway, I think that threw me off a little bit on the first one. But anyway, I still managed to get 1, 2, 3. So that's a 2-inch group. Then I took another 3 shots. That's the ones without the circle. So those came in. The furthest ones are 1.5 inches. Okay, 1.5 inches. Then I took another 3 shots. This one came in even tighter. If you go like middle to middle, it's 1.25 inches. I mean, if you measure edge to edge of the circles, then it's 1 inch. Okay, I typically, if you go edge to edge of the circles, now I typically go center to center, so that's 1.25 inches. Okay, but in any case, we are like sub, 2 inches on this. Okay, this is good ammunition. The only thing I didn't like is that it was shooting slightly off to the right. All right, so slightly off to the right, slightly off to the right over here. Right, so it looks like it's about 1.25 inches off to the right. And I'm like, why the hell is this thing shooting slightly to the right? Now, there is a little wind here today, so I said maybe the wind is throwing me off, because the wind is blowing a little bit to the right. But then I said, you know what, I pulled out some Tula 308, which is the stuff I was shooting the first day, right? This Tula 308. I've got a bunch of this stuff. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to find this. We're stockpiling this shit like 3 years ago, okay? So I shot that. Okay, I take 3 shots. Ignore this stuff down here. Take 3 shots and it's like dead center. Okay, with Tula 308, and I get a center to center. I got 1.5 inches. Okay, center to center, 1.5 inches with Tula 308. So the Tula is shooting center. The German M80 ball that I also tested out, that was also shooting center. So it seems like this Freedom Munitions is getting nice groups, but it seems like it wants to shoot just a little bit to the right, which kind of sucks. Why can't it shoot? Not that it doesn't suck, but I'm saying it sucks for me because I have to basically adjust it a little bit to the left. It's very common for ammunition to shift a little bit. Okay, it's just it would be a lot convenient if it didn't shift for me. But just be aware that that can happen. Okay, now I was shooting it today. It is colder today. It is colder, so I've got more layers. I think when I shot the Tula the other day, I didn't have the jacket on. I think I just had a sweater on. So there's definitely a comfort issue that might be at play here. If I shoot this under more comfortable conditions, I think the groups might close up even a little bit more. So that might be an issue with a little bit of weather, a little bit of coldness today. Which I got like 4 months ahead of me at least of cold weather. So whatever it is, it is. Now, one of the things I've noticed is when you do wear a jacket, right? Like if I have a sweater, the place where it makes a difference is like when I take the sniper hole, there's less play because with this, even like you got to really pull it into your body. You got to kind of press your jacket in a little bit, right? So even though it's like a thin ski jacket, you still got to press into a little bit. If you're shooting it with a sweater, right, like I was the other day, that's less of an issue. So that might be the reason why I was a little bit, not that they're bad, but I think that I might do better on a warmer day where I don't have this many layers. Okay. So that's what that is. Oh, I did take up the brass and check to see, because in one of the videos I saw, I think somebody was shooting this ammunition. It seems to be very popular 308 ammunition. Somebody was shooting this ammunition. I think it was a Ruger S-FAR, and the Ruger S-FAR only has a total of four positions that are adjustable on that gas valve. Okay, this one has 17. Okay, it's 7 slot, but it's 3 slots per turn for a total of 17 slots. So it's very adjustable. When you go to close it, I did a video on this. To close it, you go clockwise, and then when it's fully closed, I backed up 5 clicks. So I'm in the 5th click, where with Tula, it's ejecting at 4 o'clock. With Freedom Munitions, it's ejecting at 2 o'clock. This seems to be a good place. And I'm looking at the primers. You guys want to check the primers. Make sure that the primers aren't being punched out. Okay. Make sure there's no holes in the primer. Okay. Everything looks good. No deformations. So that's one of the things you do want to check. Okay. Make sure that you don't have an overpressure issue. Okay? So no issue with that. It's working great in these Lancer magazines. I mean, I like the clear ones, but I don't like that they're straight because you can't tell which way is which on this. Okay, and the other thing with this is they're too damn expensive, man. These things are like $35 each. I mean, that's me shopping around for the cheapest price. In a lot of places, you're gonna pay like $45, $50 for these. I got 3 of these. I'll do a separate review on this. One's in the gun. I did 3 of these. They're nice for working, but as far as stockpiling, I'm just going to get I ordered a whole bunch of PMags. They're half the price. I think I got them for like $18, $19. So I ordered a whole bunch of PMags for the AR-10. That's going to work fine for me. So yeah, this stuff's good, man. It's hitting, like I said, it's hitting a nice group. We're getting, I think, an inch and a quarter. Freedom Munitions, 1.25 inches, center to center. Good stuff. But let me tell you guys, with the Tula, okay, that I've been shooting, and I've done quite a bit of shooting so far with the Tula. Okay, again, ignore these holes down here. That was a different exercise. We're getting 1.5 inches, and that's just me just throwing the shots out there just to confirm that I'm center. Tula 308, man, good stuff. Now a different exercise that I did, that the holes down here, what I did in another video is I put this out at 30 yards, and from a standing position, I was using Tula, and I wanted to see how, basically I was rapid firing the gun. I took 9 shots, and of the 9 shots, 5 hit, at 30 yards, 5 hit the box. Okay, so I got 3 on the white, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 up here, and then 1 over here. So I was testing for the controllability of 308. Now, let me say this, as far as the felt recoil, like I already know that from what I told you already, that this stuff has more pressure because this is ejecting at 2 o'clock versus the Tula right, which is ejecting at 4 o'clock. Okay, so tool is ejecting at 4 o'clock. Freedom Munitions ejecting at 2 o'clock. When I'm shooting this, right, if you guys saw the first video I did the first day with the first shots fired on the Tula, I was like, wow, the recoil on this gun is like nothing. Okay, it's baby stuff. Like when I was shooting the Tula, and I was trying to track, like, because here's the thing, basically when I was concentrating on my follow through, right, because the idea is that when you're aiming over here, right, you want the gun to go like this, boom, and come back down, boom. You don't want it to go boom, where you lose. You don't want to lose sight of your reticle or your dot or whatever, or your chevron or whatever you're using. So with the Tula, I had like zero problem keeping this, keeping the dot, because I'm using the 2 MOA dot with the on this Holosun 510C with the Vortex 6X magnifier. Okay, this is eventually going to get a 5-12, but for now I'm working with this. So with the 2 MOA dot, I had no trouble with the Tula keeping it boom, keeping it here. It wasn't, now with the Freedom Munitions, which has a little bit more pressure, and we know that because it's ejecting at 2 o'clock versus 4 o'clock, it took a little bit more work to keep the dot underneath this. So whereas Tula was going boom, boom, this is going boom, boom. It's lifting up a little bit more. So there's definitely, as far as keeping your dot on target, it's a little bit more work with the Freedom Munitions versus the Tula. Okay, now I gotta tell you guys, I wish if I could get more of this Tula 308, I would order like 5,000 rounds of this, right? And this is all I would probably shoot, because the accuracy is good enough. Okay, the stuff is. I already looked at the bolt. The bolt shoot was, was pretty clean when I was shooting this. I was getting this for $10 a box. Okay, I got it at Walmart. This is a couple of when Walmart was selling this stuff. I would get this for $10 a box at Walmart. I don't think I can get this stuff anymore, but I would get like at least 5,000 rounds of this if I could get it. The tool is good. This other stuff is working fine. I don't like the fact that it's, for whatever reason, it's pulling slightly to the right. I'll have to adjust the scope, right? That's not a big deal. But the point I wanted to make is, as you go from one type of a 308 to the other, from the Tula to the Freedom Munitions, there's definitely a little bit more recoil. It's definitely a little bit more work on your follow through, right? On keeping your dot or your chevron on the target after you go bang. So there's going to be a little bit more work with this stuff. Okay? So be aware of that. Anything else to add? I don't think so. I think that's it. So drop some comments below. Check the subscription. And also I'm going to put a playlist with all the AR-10 videos I've done so far, right? So check out the playlist. You can browse through it. You can check all the stuff out, and see different videos. So I don't just do like one AR-10, Palmetto review, right? By the time I'm done, there'll probably be like 20 hours of video on this Palmetto AR-10, okay? I'll talk to y'all soon. One more thing I was kind of trying to had in my mind, I forgot. This has, I think I mentioned, this has the 20-inch barrel, so the extra weight on this gun helps control that recoil a little bit. So if you have an 18-inch barrel, there's going to be more felt recoil. If you have a 16-inch barrel, there's going to be a lot more felt recoil. A lot of people, they'll put a muzzle brake on the front of this to control that recoil. I do not want to do that. Because I don't want this thing any louder. In fact, the main reason why I got the 20-inch barrel is because I wanted to get this thing as quiet as possible without having to put a suppressor on it. I don't want to deal with the government. Don't want to put a suppressor on this. So that's why I went with the 20-inch barrel, 1 in 10 twist. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that option out there. Some people will put a muzzle brake on here to control the recoil. I don't want to do that. So that's why I want to try and control it from adjusting the gas valve. And also what I'm going to do is I ordered a heavier buffer weight. I think this comes something with like a 5 ounce or 4.5. I ordered a 5.6. Okay, so I did get I ordered a slightly heavier buffer weight. I did not get that yet. So when I do get that heavier buffer weight, and I also ordered another spring which might be stronger. When I get it, I'll do a video on that, and we're going to see if I need to adjust the gas system, right? If I need to like open up the gas a little bit more, or if or maybe I don't. Okay, I don't know. Or we'll see if there's any change in the ejection patterns, and we'll also see if there's a change in felt recoil. Okay, so look for that video whenever I get the parts. It's like it's that Christmas season right now, right? December 2023. So right now everything is like shipping like super slow. Okay, thanks for watching.